September 2020. Oh, oops. Head case, brick in your face, mace. No, that's not right. Oops. Oh, when I'm talking, just pretend I look like this because I really can't be asked to brush my hair or put any makeup on these days. Is anyone else going through that as well? The time you've got your mask on, you can't see half your face anyway. And then do you want to be putting makeup on your eyes because then you're spreading coronas all over your face, aren't you? I haven't even done my fingernails. Has anyone else gone a bit like that? Am I being lazy? Is it just me?
Wash my hands to protect my family.
September, so our R reading heads over one again, and the government decide they need to simplify things a bit. So the advert on television is hands, face and space. They're simplifying it to bang home to us. Cover your face up, keep far apart. Be careful where you put your hands.
As we spend more time indoors, we need to do whatever we can to help protect each other. So please, wash hands, cover face, make space.
So we're entering, if you like, stage 4 of the pandemic, which we were informed about on the 11th of the 9th, or 9/11. So from Monday, the rule of 6 will apply. But there seems to be a lot of exemptions if you read the list. Maybe COVID is a mind reader and knows not to go to schools and restaurants and work settings, places of worship or hospitality. So test and trace. Environmental health officers, secure marshals, passenger locator forms. Conversely, we are informed that the lift of restrictions on sports and entertainment may be lifted soon, but then in the next breath told about restrictions of opening hours. August 2020, Didcot, Oxford, UK, post-lockdown. Over the summer, shops have started to open, but with COVID-safe rulings. So here in the UK, we really are going to town with the signage, but we still seem to be heading towards a second wave, and a more militant approach is rearing its head. Health food shop Holland and Barrett are displaying 6 or so signs in their shop window, reassuring customers of their COVID-safe policies. White on green, reflecting not only their colour scheme but their ecological culture. We are trying to get back to normal business as usual, but sadly on Friday we learnt that the R is going over 1 and we are hitting a second wave. Gifts and presents can be bought from the card factory next door, their COVID safety policies reflected in the visual art of diagrams. Currently, most retail units are displaying this group health and safety sign. As we approach lockdown, we were advised this. And then, as lockdown eased, and finally, the message today. The marketing department of Greg's The Bakery has gone for a more low-key approach with a simple question: do you have symptoms of coronavirus? Disappointing news this week.
Because of an investigation into a potential unwanted effect, that is not an unusual thing in a phase 3 programme. That's precisely why phase 3 clinical trials happen. We need to make sure with these vaccines that they work well enough, and they're safe. And therefore, a pause obviously is not good. You'd rather not see any side effects, but inevitably you do see some. And it's sensible to look at that very seriously and understand what's going on. So I think you should expect in some of the other trials that you will see situations where things are paused and then restarted. And of course, we need to find out whether these vaccines are safe. That is the critical importance of doing these studies and why it's wrong, as many of the manufacturers have said just this week, it's wrong to just jump over those stages and approve a vaccine on hope. You have to do it on evidence. So vaccines are progressing.
We thought we'd
Some
found the
will read
answer
out this
at
year in
Oxford
terms of
Trust, but
efficacy.
no such luck. This time of year, of course, many parents will be heading off to Clark's with their children on tow to buy their new school shoes. Staying COVID-19 secure in 2020 rules displayed in black and white, and a face covering reminder. Meanwhile, in colour, the same notice displayed next door and the phone shop using it as an opportunity to not deal in cash. When will we have a vaccine?
Some indication, hopefully before the end of the year, of vaccines that do work and have the right safety profile. What we do know already is that many of these vaccines are showing the right immune response. So people who've been vaccinated, volunteers who've been vaccinated, are generating an immune response against the virus. We don't know how long that lasts for yet, but the immune response looks good in many cases, and it's seen in the elderly as well as others. That's a very important step along the way of making a vaccine. In the UK, the Vaccines Task Force has made sure that of the vaccines that are more advanced, 6 of those will be available. There are options put on getting hold of any one of those 6, and they're in 4 different classes of vaccine. So the Vaccines Task Force has made sure that we've covered different types of vaccine, and that there are ways to get the supply, and that the manufacturing base in the UK can be bolstered to make sure that we can also make some of it, or do some of the process here if necessary. Just to...
The hairdressers, the cutting bar. Many of us here in the UK are still adopting long locks, or the lockdown do as we're calling it, whereby we haven't been to the hairdressers near on 6 months. Full and frank discussion on posters in the window of the cutting bar to try and lure us all back in to have our locks chopped. Claire's accessory, where many a teenage girl goes to buy costume jewellery or to have their ears pierced, a gentle note about their sanitary conditions for ear piercing in the window. Popular over school holiday, the works, selling toys, stationery, books and games, bold yellow signs. Numbers of customers limited to shops was limited to 4, but 12 seems to be the current number here in August. Rainbows, a symbol synonymous with the NHS, and adorning many a window display. Health and beauty store Superdrug, keeping it low key. Conversely, across the way, Burger King still shut and saying bye for now. In women's outlet stores up and down the high street, pretty pink signs are adorning the windows with COVID safety rulings. The DIY shop Robert Dyer's has blue signs, arguably appealing to a more male clientele. The electrical store Curry's adopting a separate exit and entrance strategy and showing off the COVID rules loudly and clearly by their marketing department. We are constantly reminded on pavements what 2 metres looks like. Next, the male and female outlet is giving the option of a mask or a face shield, and 37 as the store is larger but still adopting the separate exit and entrance strategy. Costa is keen to welcome us all back and is offering reductions on their beverages. The artisan shop Feather and Nest is sympathetically drawn post and an equally sensitive message in their window. Possibly the most impressive rainbow display at Jojo Mam. Only one household allowed in at a time at the pizzeria, Luzo's, who've been open throughout the whole pandemic. H&M, a discreet little note there reminding us again to cover our faces. Sports Direct, bold, aggressive images there. 92 allowed in TK Maxx. Empty retail units. Photocopies. The message seems to be the same wherever you are though. 2 metres apart. Wear your mask. Use your hand sanitizer. Separate exit and entrance where possible. Even when you're sitting on a bench, think about being sufficiently away from others. And a maximum. The bookshop, Waterstones, the heart, if you like, of reading and writing, no signs whatsoever in their windows about their COVID policy. The message seems to be the same all over though. Keep 2 metres apart, wear a mask, or use hand sanitizer, separate exit and entrance wherever possible, and deal in cards rather than cash. I am very much sensing that we're heading towards a second lockdown. Please do like and subscribe, and I try and make sense of it as we go along and try and find the humour and acknowledge what's happening. Whoever you are, wherever you are, please stay safe.